morning. Extremely tall and grumpy Shadow Daddy, 5 stars.
It's contemporary with a bit of magic involved.
Because I would go insane, okay? That's why.
Because we're floating on a rock in outer space. Hey everyone, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Liz, and this is the Besties and the Books podcast. Welcome for a completely spoiler-free episode today. Super exciting. A little unhinged, a little bit chaotic. If you guys have been around for a while, then you've seen us do this before.
Yeah.
Yep. This is going to be our one-sentence star ratings of every book that we've read so far, January through June of 2025, so of this year. So we're just gonna be
congratulations, you guys. We've made it halfway through the year.
Dude. We've survived against all odds. Yeah. Here we are. Yeah, we're filming this. It's very end of June. So, we'll be bringing you our July through end of December, probably sometime in January or February time. Yeah. But, hey, we're actually on it. I feel like last year we didn't get to this episode until maybe like August. So we're doing good. We're like right on time.
It was completely on accident as well. So yeah, hey. We had some changes that we needed to make in our schedule, and I was like, oh shoot, we don't even have the halfway one in. Perfect. Here we are.
It's literally perfect timing.
Not too late.
So yeah. We just give you our little, chaotic one-sentence review, with there's not going to be any major spoilers or anything like that, so don't worry about that. We'll also give you our goal for the year, for the total year, and then where we're at as far as, meeting that goal. So essentially, if we have a goal, how many books we're hoping to read and where we are now. But before we go, and we'll also make sure that we're going to end with our top 3 and our bottom 3. Yes. So you guys know what our 3 best and 3 worst are. So get out your pen and paper if you want to add a whole bunch of books to your TBR, or maybe you'll be screaming at us because you loved something that we didn't like, or vice versa. That's always fine too. And yeah, disclaimer, just because we didn't like something doesn't mean we don't think that you should like it. So more power to you if you did. And I'm sure that we like stuff that other people thought was terrible. So that's all fine.
These are just our vibes and where we stood, man. Hey.
Exactly.
It's all good.
So yeah, if that sounds good to you, you're wanting to get some new book recommendations, stick around. But before we get into that, we just want to say thank you for being here.
Thank you guys so much for being here, taking time out of your day and your book, and probably your never-ending TBR stack like us to just add some more to your never-ending TBR stack, maybe. We would love to hear what some of your favorite reads have been so far this year. So definitely drop us a comment. You can now do that on the Spotify podcast if you're listening. And then, of course, on YouTube. We are at all the places you like to listen to your favorite podcasts, including YouTube, at Besties and the Books podcast everywhere. And it's not just a blank screen talking at you on YouTube. We're just hanging out. And we're also on Instagram, TikTok at Besties and the Books podcast. We're just hanging out everywhere. So come hang out. If you want a buddy to read, we're on Fable. Okay, if you want a buddy to read. If you want a buddy to read with, we're over on the Fable app at Besties in the Book Club. We have our monthly book club picks there, and then our random buddy reads, sometimes popular books, sometimes what we're reading for the podcast, all those things. So come hang out.
Good variety. There's something for everyone.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just kick this off with our Fave and Fail of the week.
Yes.
So we are just going to be talking about literally what's going on in our lives right now.
Yes.
My fail of the week, aside from the fact that I have not been able to actually fold any laundry in 2 weeks, ensuing in a literal mountain of laundry for work, for my personal, for the house, etc. That's driving me slowly to madness because I just have no time to do it.
Yeah.
I do want to say that I did go over to my sister's house for a girls' night. And before anyone says, why are you having a girls' night if your house is in disorder? Because I would go insane, okay?
Because we're floating on a rock in outer space. That's why. We got into what we got into.
I can't actually have a girls' night with my sister and my friend Rocinda unless we plan it 2 months in advance. That's why.
Yeah.
So by the time it finally gets here, we do it. We finally finished the new season of The Handmaid's Tale, which was for anyone curious or anyone who doesn't know, is actually the series finale. So it is done. We've been watching this since when? 2019, something like that. In my opinion, the ending, as Joey would put it, was abysmal.
Oh.
So, yikes. Yeah. It was definitely like quite a letdown. And we were bummed too because everyone was like talking about it like, oh my God, it was so shocking. It was crazy. It was twisty. It was turny. And so we're expecting something insane to happen. And we're just kind of like, nope. The same exact plot that's been going on for 3 seasons too long is exactly what happened. And so we're just kind of like very underwhelmed by it. I put a little poll up on my Instagram story, and it seems that is the general consensus amongst almost everyone as well.
Yeah.
So, for a series that I feel like was really important and, for the most part, well done, I think it just dragged on way too long, and they did not need to make it as many seasons as they did.
Yeah.
They also are making a spin-off series for The Testaments, which was the sequel, which I really liked. If you haven't read The Testaments by Margaret Atwood, I highly recommend that you do so. It was an excellent book. But I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to handle that now, and if I'll even watch it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So those were my fails of the week. The unending pile of laundry that's literally the bane of my existence, and The Handmaid's Tale letting us down after so much. We've been through so much together. How could you do this to us? So yeah, not great. My fave of the week is that my husband asked me out on a date last night.
So cute.
Yeah. And so I actually fully got dressed up and did my hair and my makeup, which I do never now, everything. Everything looked put together. I actually care. And yeah, we went out to, it's not a new restaurant, but it's a restaurant that's been around for a while. They just recently changed up the menu a lot, and they actually had a vegan pasta, which is impossible for me to find anywhere where I live. And I love pasta, and it was actually so good.
Oh, yum.
So that I went into it expecting very low expectations. This is probably either I'm going to get there and they're going to be like, oh yeah, we don't have that anymore. And I'm just going to have to eat fries for dinner, or I'll eat it and it'll just be whatever. You know what I mean?
Like Cheesecake Factory, where they just kept bringing you more vegetables, I felt like.
Oh my God. And they were bland and completely unseasoned.
Yeah, more microwave vegetables, but you're vegan. You want more?
Right.
Can I get some seasoning? Yeah.
Yeah, with pasta, just plain noodles.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on here? Yeah, no, that is not what happened. It was delicious. It was amazing. It was well thought out. We will actually go back, which for my husband, who worked in restaurants down in SoCal for a long time, that's a tall order because he is not impressed by a lot. Yeah. So yeah, that was great. We had a good time at dinner. And then after dinner, we wanted to go acquire a dessert. And so my husband found me a slice of pie that I wanted. Ooh. He was like, well, I think they have it here. We went there. They didn't have it. So then he drove to another store and they did have it. And so then we just watched House Hunters in bed and ate our pie. And it was a lovely evening.
Oh, so, that's great.
10 out of 10.
That's great. Yeah.
So what about you? What's your fave and fail of this week?
Well, I looked at our schedule to see if it aligned. I'm pretty sure the video that went up last week was my Labubu crash out. So I have an update because I think the timing is right, or else because the timing's off, it's not gonna make any sense. I'll talk about this briefly. I won't keep you guys for too long, but my Labubu fave and fail of this week. No, my update is going to be, I finally got the ones that we wanted.
Oh, good.
But at what cost? Okay, so my fave is that, I finally got them. It took me, so it's, for anybody that knows the Labubus, they're the Big Into Energy. It's like a cute tie-dye collection, right? We had decided we were trying to get the set so that we wouldn't get duplicates, and then we could just give out the other ones that we don't want, so we don't need a million of them. And that was impossible, okay? 2 weeks probably. At first I was casual about it, but then becomes an obsession. Then becomes a hyperfixation, okay? And I would always get, when they would drop, they were doing silent drops because they're trying to limit, all the scalpers. And so you just have to randomly check. And they would get in my cart and I would hit proceed to payment and it would just constantly error out, and error. So but then it makes you it's right there. Just let me check out. So that went on for far too long. And then also I was checking the lives every night for the silent drops that they're doing on TikTok. And there's 3 accounts you have to scroll. It's too much, guys. It's too much. But thankfully, my favorite thing is that it's over. Last night,
it's over.
Stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning, maybe.
You did not. I did. 5 o'clock in the morning?
AM, listen, I got it
That's
at 4
when I
a.m.,
wake up.
but then I couldn't go back to sleep. Well, I know. So I'm packing right now for our big 2-week trip. So I'm very amped. Like I'm very chaotic energy right now. Like I'm doing like a million things and I cannot calm down at night to sleep. So every night I've been staying up like past midnight, which is very weird for me. Also, I've been stalking this stupid app to try to see, and it's like an addiction. Okay. It's like a gambling problem. Okay. So I was doing other things in bed, and I was listening to Anne of Green Gables, and I was like, I had to place some Amazon orders. So I was kind of like going back and forth in and out of the app and doing that, you know? And so then I get like that stupid second wind when you stay up too late, you know?
That doesn't happen to me.
Oh, okay. Well, so and then I have to, we're also going to Olani later in the summer. So I had to set an alarm. So it was 2:00 and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. And then my alarm went off that in an hour I need to make this reservation, because it's like Disney World. You have to like get up at a certain time, and then it's the Hawaii time zone. So it's midnight there, but it's 3:00 my time. So super annoying. So I was like, okay, well, I might as well stay up, obviously. So I did that. I got the reservations. It wasn't an hour before. It was like 15 minutes before, I think it was. So I did the reservations, and I'm like, let me just check one more time. Well, they do these like pop-ups that you have to like pick from the Labubus boxes, and you can like, it's very weird. It's called Pop Now. So anyways, I got one of the boxes. I'm like, oh crap. Well, here we go. So, because there's 3 of us that want it, you know, so I have to try to get 2 more, else it's not worth it. And you can hold it for 5 minutes, and then it tells you like, it's called, so you like you find out what it is before you get it. So it gives you hints on what it's not. I was like, okay, those aren't the ones we wanted. So I should just do this and then be done with it, because I just want to be done.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting all 3 of them in like 30 minutes.
Good.
Whatever it was. What is time and space? I don't know. I look at the clock and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I think it was by like 4:00 that I was done. And I'm like, oh yay. But then I'm all like, yay, finally I got it. And then I couldn't go back to sleep. So it's settled. It's done, guys. I've got it.
That's good. So you got the like little like rainbowy one that you wanted?
No, that's a secret. That's only 1 out of 72 sets will have it. So I got the green one that I wanted, but my girls don't know. I didn't tell them that I got it, so hopefully they're not eavesdropping right now. So because the shipping's gonna take a while, and I don't want them asking me every day, where is it?
Yeah.
Totally. We're gonna be gone anyways, so I'm gonna act like that's done, it's settled. I don't, out of sight, out of mind. I just don't want to be stalking the app anymore, because it becomes like a annoying habit, you know, of ooh, they're doing it on purpose, and I don't want to be a part of the system anymore. So it's done. That might be my favorite thing, is that I don't have to do it anymore, even though I did it to myself and nobody made me do this. So
hey, it's the little things.
There you go, guys. There you go.
So before we actually start in with our reviews of every book that we have read so far this year.
Forever. Since the beginning of time.
We did want to, since the beginning of time. We'll be here a long time. We can only keep you here till 4. Okay. Yeah. So, we did want to mention that we do have a whole episode that explains our star and spice rating system. Yes. So we've already talked about what makes a book 5 stars, what makes a book 1 star, and everything in between. And you can check that out, and we will link it below.
Yes, we will.
Correct? Okay.
And also, I mean, if we're talking about any of these books and, you know, you say you read it and you want more, because I get that. You finish a book and you want more. Most of these books, like, we read for episodes, I would say. Not all of them, but there's going to be a lot of overlap that Liz and I have, obviously, with the podcast. So if you're wanting more, or if you're like, ooh, that sounds interesting, I want to hear a little more, but not too much. You know, we give a spoiler warning and everything in each of the episodes that cover it. I mean, we even have, you know, Quicksilver, for example. We even interviewed the author, Callie Hart, you know, and then we have the follow-up deep dive episode in that. So there's a lot of extra content, if you so choose. Yep. Is there.
Yep. All right. We're just going to ping pong down the list, right?
Let's go.
We're just going to go for it.
Yep. Let's go.
All right. My first one is Quicksilver by Callie Hart. 5 stars.
Yeah.
He's an extremely tall and grumpy shadow daddy. She's the one who can help him save his world. With Anthony Palomini narrating MMC, it just might be the perfect book.
I will have Quicksilver as well at the beginning. 5 stars. Romantasy with fast pacing, twists and turns, and new takes on our favorite tropes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, my next one is Hexed by Emily McIntyre.
Ooh.
5 stars. It's The Little Mermaid retelling in reverse, where Ariel is the villain, Vanessa is the one we're rooting for, and quote unquote Prince Eric is in the mob.
Oh, I need to read that one.
It's so good.
That's probably what would be my favorite of hers, I think. More up my speed, whatever that means.
You've only read Hooked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To my
a lot
knowledge.
of them. I love
knowledge.
all of them,
Yeah.
but Hexed was really good. Twisted was, or not Twisted. What was it called? I guess I could just look right back here. Wretched is Wizard of Oz. You'd like that. Yeah.
Ooh, maybe after our Wicked read.
Yeah. There you go.
Yellowface by R.F. Kong. 5 stars. It's an interesting piece on plagiarism and a look at the toxic side of publishing with a dark twist at the end. It was really good. I think you'd enjoy it. And I listened to the audio. Really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Reread. 5 stars. Rereading this in 2025 was such an important experience. It's extremely entertaining, dystopian YA fiction about a group of kids that are forced to fight to the death as penance for an uprising 100 years ago that I'm certain adults actually get more out of when it comes to an examination of current political events.
Yeah. Little Lies and Valentines. This was part of our cringy Valentine's Day reads or Unhinged or something, whatever we titled that. That was 3 stars for me. It was just fine. If you kind of want like a really short version of, what is it called by Navessa Allen?
Lights Out?
Lights Out. There we go. I keep mixing it with Caught Up because everybody's talking about that right now. If you want like a really short, quick, well, not at all. Okay, it's the vibes of Lights Out, but like Valentine's Day themed. They did bring the Valentine's Day vibes. So, you know, it's like 150 pages, you know, you could add it to your Valentine's list. Liz loved it, I think. We'll find out. I it's 3 stars for me. It was just fine, but I'm not a dark romance girly, so take that with what you will. Yeah.
My next one was Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. Again, 5 stars. The perfect follow-up to the Hunger Games that is just as fast-paced and entertaining, which is a middle book, is sometimes hard to do, as book 1, but a bit more political critique.
Yeah, Catching Fire, 5 stars, obviously. You know, you get a new perspective on the Hunger Games, and you get to peel back the curtain a little bit more on what's going on in that world, in that dystopian world. Loved it.
Loved it so much. My next one is Mockingjay, also 5 stars. The final installment in the original Hunger Games trilogy and my personal favorite because it's all about the real implication of years of tyrannical rule and authoritarianism on an oppressed population. So war and uprising and the ethical dilemmas that come from building a new society.
Yeah. Okay, Mockingjay, 5 stars. Opposite of Liz, though, if I had to pick a least favorite in this book, which we had to when we were doing our overall ranking of the Hunger Games in that video, it's by a decimal of point. Mockingjay would be technically my least favorite, just because they're underground the whole time. So, you know, that's really it. I had to find something. But yeah, it's still really good. And the ending, guys, I'm not going to give it away. Spoilers, but wow. Very good. Very good.
My next one, Little Lies and Valentines by Lachelle Rain. I gave this one a 4 stars. I put the perfect, fun, Valentine's Day themed stalker romance with a sweet, happily ever after, but only because of the FMC and MMC's tendency towards a strong dark side.
Yes. Think Dexter vibes. Yeah. Okay. Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yaros. 3 stars. What a mess, guys. What a mess. I know some people are yelling at me. You love it. I'm so happy for you guys. I wish I was one of you, okay?
Yeah.
It's
truly.
not holding up to the level of what the first book, Fourth Wing, was for me. So, unfortunately, if you like chaotic energy, you know, in a book, a fantasy book, go for it. And it's for you, good. But yeah, that's all I'll say on that. Again, we have a whole video on it.
Yeah. My next one is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. 4 stars. A well-written snooze fest about a bunch of dudes plotting to overthrow their government with the help of a surprisingly talented yet devoid of all personality teenage girl.
Okay. I literally couldn't say it better myself. So ditto, Mistborn, 4 stars for the same reason. Beautifully said.
That book was so easy for me to sum up in one sentence. Like, now that I have enough distance from it. Yeah. 5
sentences or less, not needed. I'll go with the less. 1 sentence. Sorry, I know, and that's another beloved one. And also, the hype was really, really high. Very high. I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm ready to like get into this whole. What is it? The Alchemy? Is it Alchemy series? What is this series called?
No, it's the Cosmere. It's
there you go.
Like,
Cosmere universe.
Whole world.
You know, like, am I ready for that kind of thrown a glass level? Because that's what it's often compared to. And I was like, oh, just kidding. I'm one and done.
Yeah.
Sorry. Same. But still 4 stars, technically, you know?
Well, that's why I said it was well written. I didn't have any issues with the writing. It just was boring to me.
Yeah, it's very, and the FMC to me is very much stereotypical female written by a male, in my opinion, in fantasy.
1,000,000%.
Yeah, so I didn't enjoy that.
My next one is Shades of Red by Willow Prescott. You guys have heard me scream the praises of this book a million times, but we'll say it again. 5 stars. Think the TV show The Bear meets the TV show You, but extremely dark romance. Yes, chef, whatever you say, chef. This book is perfection.
Nice.
Yeah, loved it.
The Ever King by L.J. Andrews. That was a book club pick. It was 5 stars. I had a really good time. It's, sorry, I didn't write this sentence back then, so it's a little fuzzy now. It's like a pirate fantasy, and it's fun, but not, and it's emotional and trauma. Sorry, I don't remember much about it now. It's a terrible review.
But it was 5 stars.
But it was 5 stars. It just didn't stay in there as much as I thought it would. Actually, purely because I don't remember anything now, I'm going to go with 4 stars. I just changed it. Sorry. Because if it didn't stick with me enough, sorry. That's a 5 star that would have to be. So I'm going to go with 4 stars.
Okay.
Changing my vote.
Makes sense. My next one is The Darkly Madly Duet by Trisha Wolfe. So this is actually 2 books. But I didn't feel it necessary to write a separate for each one. 4 stars for both of them. This is like if Saw, yes, the horror movie, was actually about Hot Jigsaw and his psychologist falling for each other because of their troubled past and then the twisted games that they play together. Very good. Very, very Trisha Wolfe, for sure. The Measure by Nikki Eric. 5 stars. I listened to the audio of this. It is a thought piece on what would you do if you were given the opportunity to find out how long of a life you will live. So the premise, and it's not giving anything away, but everybody in the world is delivered a box with a string that allegedly will predict how much longer you have to live. Would you open the box? It's not mandatory, but you can't get rid of it. So would you open the box? Absolutely not. No.
I wouldn't open the box. But that is the thought piece, and it goes and it follows along different people's stories. So it follows along all different. You would really like it because it follows along different couples, different people. It's very interesting, and it's really like, whoa, to think about, Yeah. No, I definitely am glad that you are reminding me about that because I remember you talking about it before and I forgot to write it down. So very good. It's also definitely, it's always, although I thought, I was reading this when I was like, oh, I have read a lot of fantasy. If you listen to that list, like that was a lot of fantasy we just read. And I need a little brain break. It's still very emotional. It's still very sad and crazy. So it's not an emotional break, but it was a break from kind of fantasy. I mean, it's still fantastical in a way, but it's more so just contemporary, but with this weird thing that happens. My next one is My Bloody Valentine by Mila Crawford. 3 stars. A short and smutty palate cleanser about a deranged dude and his female obsession. Literally no plot, but Teddy Hamilton's voice. There you go.
3 stars. You know, it was fine. It was just kind of like, is what it is. It accomplished its goal.
Yeah. Great. Because you get a consolation prize or a participation trophy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. Sunrise on the Reaping. Obviously by Suzanne Collins. It is Haymitch's story pre-Katniss, pre-Hunger Games. So it's his time in the Hunger Games. 5 stars. I cannot wait to reread this series once my daughter comes of age to read it, and I'll read it with her, because I wonder if my like ranking order of favorite books and least favorite books, you know, will change at all. Because I love Sunrise on the Reaping. Everybody loved it, but it's like a different. It's just so wow, bawling my eyes out the whole time. So hey, so good.
My next one is The Unworthy by Agustina Bazterrica. I gave it 4 stars. It's a dystopian horror about a young woman who finds herself part of a murderous religious cult after the fall of modern society. Truly horrific imagery and ideas that will probably stick with you long after you finish this short novella.
Oh.
So, yeah, she really knows how to write them. She wrote Tender as the Flesh for anyone who got into that. And both of them were very short, but very impactful.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Glint, which I believe is the second book in Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. 4 stars. No. I don't know. I waffle between 3 and 4 stars. Listen, this one's pretty slow for me. They were traveling for a really long time to nowhere, which is kind of what bugs me. It's a journey to nowhere kind of vibes until the very end. So I'm going to have to go with 3 stars on that one. But I see the potential, and it's not worth giving up on, if that makes sense, you know? But it's also because the whole entire community has told me, keep going. It's just the first couple books that take a while. So
see, I liked book 2. Book 1 was okay, but I did like book 2 a lot.
You don't mind Journeys to Nowhere as much as I do.
I don't.
So
I really do enjoy a good journey.
Because then we're just camping, you know? We're just camp for 500 pages. They're just camping. So we're learning lessons and stuff, but hey.
Who are you camping with? That's what matters.
Well,
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so my next one is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. 5 stars. Back to our Hunger Games journey. I just put...
Oh, whoops, I skipped that. Yeah.
Oh, I just put, if villain, why hot? But truly, this first prequel to the Hunger Games is essentially Coriolanus Snow's villain origin story, and it is perfection in the ways that it ties so much together while giving us his backstory so that we can view Snow as an actual person.
Yes.
So, I love this book.
I get chills just thinking about it every time. I don't know what's wrong with me. So, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, 5 stars. This was, in case anybody doesn't know, I read Hunger Games for the first time for our miniseries. It was a reread for Liz. And I gotta say, coming into the fandom at this point, there is a lot of hate for Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I think, from what I've gathered, it seems like a lot was mixed up between the movie and the books, and people thinking, based on the movie, which is what I did too. So I get it. I based everything on my previous opinion before reading the books on the first Hunger Games, and I thought it was a kid's movie, like Love Triangle. So Ballad of Songbirds, on surface level, it seems like an author is going to be trying to give the villain like a soft spot and try to make people like him. No. That's not what it is. Also, the hot take is that he's just a simp that's scorn and mad because he didn't get the girl. No. Please read the book. If you read it and you didn't read it again. I loved it so
much. Read it
much.
until you understand.
Like, I get it's a different tone because it's his
it's totally
story.
Different.
It's gonna feel different, and it should feel different. And you see his kind of descent into madness without giving too much away. But, I just thought it was so well done. Loved it. Yeah.
Same. My next one is Sith and Sparrow by Brynn Weaver. So the wrap up to the Ruinous Love trilogy, 5 stars. Perfect wrap up to the original book series that taught me that I can like rom-coms as long as there's murder. and and broody MMCs in them. I laughed out loud the most in this book, and the FMC is my favorite.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I listened to a lot of it when I was at your house last, and like I would just have my headphones on doing my makeup, and I would just be cracking myself up.
Good. It's great.
It was good.
I'll get to it. I have to get to it. It's on my goals list this year. Okay.
So good.
This Monster of Mine by Shalini Abikasera, who we also interviewed on the podcast and did a deep dive on. 5 stars, because also this was kind of another take on political fantasy, and I really loved all of the elements that she wove in this book, and the political injustice, like the heavily themed political injustice that is in it. So, and then you have that little bit of magic that's going on in there. So if that sounds something that you like, give it a try. Really good.
My next one is The Ever King by L.J. Andrews. So I gave this one a 4 stars. It's a pirate romance with an easy to understand but captivating world and magic system that gives Pirates of the Caribbean vibes. But listen to the audio because dear Lord, Eric Bloodzinger.
Yeah. True. Very good point.
I know. I need to listen to the next one. I'm going to do the audio.
Yeah.
I'm committed to the audio on that series. Yep.
Yeah. All right, Gleam, which is book 3 in the Plated Prisoner series. 5 stars, finally. Loved it. Such a good book. Such a good book. Yes. So if you're like me and you read the first 2 and you're like, well, it's all in 3. It's all in 3.
And it just gets literally.
I've had to take a break. I had to take a break at the beginning of, I think it is, book 4. Excuse me. And it sucks that I have to take a break. And I'm going to have to restart it because now I barely even remember what happens. But we had to prioritize things. But yeah, it was so good. Just trust me. Everything you've been waiting for, there you go.
Yep, it all happens.
And that's and then it keeps on going. So you got more to come.
Yep.
So don't feel sad because it's not over yet.
My next one is Animal Farm by George Orwell. 5 stars. An allegorical classic I had never read before. So this was a first time read for me, about a group of animals that overthrow their farmer masters in order to create a utopia for themselves to live without authoritarian rule. But do they then simply recreate the mistakes of those they fought to overrule? Excellent political commentary.
Oh, I'm so mad. I got that on Libby finally. It was like pending for like 2 months. And I forgot about it because I was reading other things and it went and got returned. I'm pretty sure maybe I have 1 day left on it. I got to look, but I don't got time anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It's so
I'll
good.
get
You'd
to
like
it.
it.
Yeah, one of these days. Yeah. All right. We've entered our 50 Shades of Grey time frame of our podcast rehash. So book 1, 50 Shades of Grey, 3 stars. Like, I did not sign up for this. Supposed to be a Twilight retelling, fanfic originally. And I do see the Twilight in this book. So it's the best of the 3, if that helps. But it unfortunately all goes downhill from there. Very cringy, but not for the reasons you would think. Problematic, but not for the reasons you would think. And I guess I'm glad I did it, but I'll never do it again.
Yeah. We've left it in the past. Yeah. And we're fine with that.
This is the last time I'll talk about
it. My next one is Phantom by H.D. Carlton. 4 stars. This is the stalker mafia romance we all needed because it's set in the 1940s and it's old-timey in all the best ways while still being connected to the original Cat and Mouse duet. So if you're thinking about reading it but you're not sure and you liked Cat and Mouse duet or you like H.D. Carlton, read it. It's excellent.
Yes. Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole, who we also had the opportunity to interview. Very good. 4 stars, romantasy, and a great introduction into fantasy or romance if you're coming from the contemporary world and you want something that is fast-paced, simplistic enough for book one. I will say book one is a good intro book, but it does turn into high fantasy by book three. But it's really good. And especially the younger audience, I think would really like. I think if I was in my early 20s, I probably would have given this 5 stars. Yeah.
I could see that.
Or even high school, because there's no, well, there's a little spice scene. There's a little bit. There's a little. But it's not graphic. It's not graphic. Yeah.
No, there's one very mild spice scene. That's it. Yeah. My next one is Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, 5 stars. Can this woman stop dropping extremely relevant 5-star dystopian novels just when society needs them? I guess not. Hey Mitch's prequel story is just as tragic and heartbreaking as you'd assume, but the story is beautifully well written and the government critique is unfortunately more relevant than ever.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Like, guys, if you read The Hunger Games and you're like, I don't know if I want to read Sunrise on the Reaping. No. Who says that? First of all, just do it. You see other characters, like glimpses into their, past too. Some beloved characters from different books as well.
Yeah, you get a lot of good tie-ins.
A lot of tie-ins, a lot of like, oh, okay moments, which is great. I just eat that up.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. 50 Shades Freed, which is book 3. 3 stars, I guess. Okay. Go check out the episode. We could talk for 45 minutes. I don't know.
That's all I can say.
Dude, the ending, the whole... here's this. All 3 books could have been 1 book. So why are we still here?
Why are we still here? Where am I? Trapped inside 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. Get me out.
Yeah. My next one is This Monster of Mine by Shalini Abeysekara. How do you say her last name?
I think it was Abeysekara, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, great. Sorry, messing all of it up. 4 stars. Extremely unique romantasy with a murder mystery and a government conspiracy at the forefront that the badass FMC and grouchy Shadow Daddy
I like
MNC
Shady
work
Daddy.
together.
Little Shady Daddy.
Yeah. Makes him sounds kind of like shady, though. I don't know.
Shady Daddy.
Yeah. They work together as enemies to solve enemies.
Yeah.
In air quotes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Glow of the Everflame, book 2 in the Kindred's Curse saga, 4 stars. This one you're getting more political intrigue in this book. You're getting a bit of a fight to the death duel action situation. You're getting a lot more high fantasy building up and some more tension perhaps between different love interests. And it's a good time. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shallow River by H.G. Carlton, 4 stars. Dark romance about an FMC escaping an extremely abusive relationship with the assistance of her abuser's, estranged police officer detective brother. That goes off the rails at the end.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. 50 Shames of Earl Grey, which is our parody book from 50 Shades of Grey series. 3 stars, it was funny. We had a good time listening to it. It wasn't, what did you say, specifically clever, but it was funny. And it was just like, whatever. It was funny.
Just an easy good time.
It was nice to hear some like, oh yeah, that was ridiculous, right? We're not just making this up. Because they make it more outlandish, obviously. So it's a parody book. What are you going to do with that,
Yeah.
How do you rate that?
Yeah. My next one is 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. So book 1, 4 stars, though.
Yeah.
Okay. This is when I still had hope.
Okay. Yeah. Still
like
young.
Almost, I know, so young, so naive. Like almost exactly like Twilight, but instead of Edward's secret being he's a vampire, the secret is that Grey is a tiny bit kinky. And instead of Bella being a clumsy high schooler with angsty taste in music, Anastasia is a clumsy college graduate who likes to say, oh my, and hates it when rich guys buy her stuff.
Yep. Yeah. There was a lot of hope at the beginning. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit 182 by Mark Hoppus of Blink-182. So this is a memoir. 5 stars. Again, that was such a fun episode for us to film because it was just so heavy on the millennial vibes. It was great. And so much that Liz and I related to literally because we grew up in similar areas. crazy. So I loved it. It was a good time. But it was also fun getting to know some of the reasons why Blink-182 did some of the things that they did, the choices that were made, and insight behind some of the behind the scenes stuff. So, and then also his personal life. So I definitely recommend this read if you love Blink-182 or the pop punk scene in general.
I agree.
Yeah.
My next one is Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. I gave it a 4-star. Perfect kickoff to a romantasy series about an unlikely chosen one and the grumpy, quote-unquote, enemy prince she must learn to work alongside to get the answers she seeks. Plus, political commentary and an expertly built world and magic system that's super easy to understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bride by Allie Hazelwood. I think that's how you say it. Yep. 4 stars. This was just a fun, easy vampire werewolf read. And it's kind of like, it has like it's not dystopian by any means, but it's like, what if there was a vampire and werewolf society among the humans? And what would that look like? And then it basically follows a relationship between a vampire and a werewolf in different territories. A lot of political intrigue, but it really isn't heavy in the theming. It's more lighthearted and easy and like a fun kind of read. It took me way too long to read it, so sorry, but it was still fun. It was a fun time. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good. 50 Shades Darker by E.L. James. I gave this one 3 stars. This was the super long middle book where nothing happens and it's not like Twilight anymore. And now I'm questioning my life's choices.
Very well said. Catwoman, Soul Stealer by Sarah J. Maas. What? 5 stars, guys. Leave it to Sarah J. Maas to get me to like a superhero book retelling because I had such a good time and it was so well written, just as we would want from Sarah J. Maas. So just give it a try. Why not? If you're needing some more of her in your life, her writing in your life, and you're like, well, I can't reread Throat of Glass for the 9th time. Try this.
I mean, you could.
You could. Yeah, you could. Yeah.
It'll mix it up. It'll mix it up a little bit. Marrow. So Marrow by Trisha Wolfe and Brynn Weaver, 4 stars. Did you know that 2 of the most iconic dark romance authors of right now co-wrote a book together?
Oh.
I did not know this until someone told me, okay? It's a dark one about 2 serial killers who fall in love, no less. Like Butcher and Blackbird, but way more twisted.
Ooh. Wild by Cheryl Strayed. 5 stars. So I feel like this one, you would think it's fresh in my mind, but we recently did the episode on this one. A journey story about not only literally journeying on the Pacific Crest Trail as a woman, but sorting through her recent traumas and discovering herself in a path of healing and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, literally,
great.
though. That's exactly what it's about.
It was great. It was good. Very well written. Mm-hmm.
My next one is Cash by Jessica Peterson, 4 stars. This woman wrote such a sweet story and such a hot cowboy that I guess I like cowboy romance now. Listen to the audio. It was great.
There you go. There you go.
Literally, I have the physical copy. I bought the cowboy romance physical copy. Yeah.
Look at
so it's now in my collection. She changed me.
A year ago, Liz would be like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, but it was great. And it wasn't even dark. It was just a good old time.
Helps if he doesn't have an earring, so.
He did not have an earring, dear Lord. He did not have an earring.
All right. Heat of the Everflame, also by Penn Cole. It's book number 3 in the Kindred's Curse saga. 5 stars. We are in the high fantasy. The hits wait, what do they say? The hits don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. There's a lot that happens in this book. Please don't ask me to summarize it. You're going to have to go check out, I think it was last week's episode, if you want, the deep dive, because my brain is recovering from a lot of information. Think Crescent City level information. But it's not the first book. You are eased into it. And if Liz and I didn't have to take so many breaks, we wouldn't have had such a hard time in our brains, I think.
Yeah. My next one, 50 Shades Freed by E.L. James. 3 stars. Lackluster plot and a boring couple. Gray is a normal boyfriend with past trauma and lots of money, and Anna is young and not concerned enough about him being a man-child. Not hot and no BDSM.
There you go. There you go, right there. Was it worth it? No. Beyond the Fallen Realm by TJ London. This was 4 stars for me. Think like a fun, it starts off kind of like you would think of those like high school fun movies that we like, but add fantasy into it. And what is the show what's the show?
I don't know. You need to give me more information.
What is it? Help me out here.
I mean, I compared it to Supernatural.
Thank you. I knew you knew it. Yeah. Supernatural type of vibes with the portals and the demons and things like that. And I really liked you have the juxtaposition between like someone who's just trying to be a high school kid and somebody who just found out, oh, maybe they're part supernatural creature and they have to help combat this supernatural realm. So it was a fun time. Yeah.
Yeah. Catwoman by SJM, 5 stars. A fun collab with DC to tell Catwoman's origin story. I loved it. I have no notes except for why is no one reading this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally.
Okay. Anne of Green Gables, book 1. I'm going to say no review because you're going to have to wait. I know my review, but you guys are going to have to wait because the mini episodes are coming out in the end of August. So, sorry, but you're going to have to come back and watch. But what I will say right now is we'll recommend young, old kids, not everybody could benefit from this. I took out so many things from it as an adult, and I could see all the things that I could take out as a kid. My 9-year-old is absolutely loving it. It's a little bit of a more difficult physical read, so you could always do the audio if they're younger. But if I feel like that, probably 11 to 12-year-old age is probably like literally perfect.
Yeah, totally.
But my 9-year-old's getting a lot from it, and the more I'm reading, the more I'm like, I love it, and I wish I read it as a kid as well because it would have benefited me on a lot of anxiety issues that I had. So we'll talk all about that.
I'll be interested to talk to you about that.
Mini-series episodes. So definitely subscribe if you haven't yet and follow. That way you don't miss out. Because some people are like, oh, I love Anne of Green Gables, and some people are like, why are you guys reading Anne of Green Gables? So I gotta say, I didn't know nothing, and much like Hunger Games, I'm like, wow, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's good.
Super good. A lot in there.
Mm-hmm. Super important. Super good. Yep.
Glow of the Everflame by Penn Cole. 5 stars. As expected, the story has now built enough to become a 5-star romantasy read and is still standing strong with the slowest burn of all time.
Yeah. Among the Cursed Gods, also by TJ London. So we'll be having a whole deep dive episode up on this one, and I don't remember if the interview is out yet with TJ London. So I will say this, it's available right now for pre-order. Among the Cursed Gods, she is an indie publisher, and if you loved The Mummy, National Treasure, or any of those kind of fun, treasure hunting conquest type movies or shows as a kid, but you want that, but for adults, maybe some spiciness, maybe some trauma healing, seriously, go pre-order this book right now because it is so good. 5 stars.
50 Shames of Earl Grey by Fanny Merkin. 3 stars. A funny-ish and entertaining enough short parody of 50 Shades.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, it's hard. Parodies are hard. And it, like you said, since it wasn't particularly clever, it's like, 3 stars, sure. I wouldn't, recommend it per se, but it was just like, okay. Enchantra, which is our book club read, which we are now doing our lives officially on YouTube when we do book club. We had such a fun time with the new template that Liz came up with. We have games and stuff that we do that has to do with the book, and it was super fun. So Enchantra by Kaylee Smith is second book following up to Phantasma. 4 stars. The big question is, do you need to read the first book in order to read Enchantra? I don't think you do, because it is a totally different vibe. Not totally different vibe. It's a different, you don't need the backstory necessarily. You can read it. It's more about following the little sister. She's a different type of personality than the first one. I preferred Phantasma personally, but Enchantra, I liked to frame it in my headspace about like a haunted mansion, like what would happen if the haunted mansion was real and like, you know, someone came across that and there was a game involved, a fight to the death kind of game. And so I had a good time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Honeysuckles by January Rain. 3 stars. Okay, so these crazy scientists turn this dude into a part vampire, part kraken, part werewolf, and then he escapes to tear through the world and find his mate. So there's lots of unhinged monster D.
Nice.
It was interesting. It was an interesting one.
Yeah. Okay, other than my top 3 and bottom 3, I'm done. So
I've got some more.
Okay.
One in a Millennial by Kate Kennedy. 5 stars. An excellent feminist critique and examination of popular media and its implications through the eyes of someone growing up female in the days of Backstreet Boys, Saved by the Bell, The Limited 2, and the internet when it was brand new.
Yes.
Really
Can't wait to
enjoyed
read
it.
it. Can't wait.
Silver Elite by Danny Francis. 3 stars, overhyped and over-advertised military romance with hints of dystopia, and magic, with absolutely no follow-through on any ideas that would make it impactful. It felt hollow to me.
Yeah.
Wild by Cheryl Strayed. 5 stars. An adventure memoir about a woman going on a 1,200-mile hike alone in order to process her grief and heal herself. Relatable and extremely well written. Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. 3 stars. The less entertaining or meaningful version of Phantasma, but still mildly entertaining, I guess.
Yeah. It just wasn't as deep as Phantasma also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just wasn't my favorite. Didn't hate it, but
Yeah.
didn't love it. Forgive Me, Father by Katarina St. Clair, one of my new favorite dark romance authors. 4 stars. Priest romance and make it very dark. Like, crosses go in places. If that's your thing, you'll love it just like I did. Tiny Beautiful Things by Cheryl Strayed. 4 stars. A compilation of self-help questions answered. I enjoyed hearing about different people's experiences and how Strayed non-judgmentally helps them work through their issues and perhaps see things in a different way. It was uplifting and insightful. It was a good listen, too, because it's like it kind of started off as a radio show, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the question. My next one is Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. Do you want me to rate it since this is a reread for me, or do you want me to keep it secret as well?
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Okay, I'll keep it secret and keep it safe. What Ashley said, looking forward to talking to you guys about it.
Yeah.
That's all. We will just skip on by. Okay.
Yeah.
Crescent Kingdom by Tessa Hale. 4 stars. Reverse harem about wolf shifters who own a boxing gym. You can't go wrong. Heat of the Everflame by Penn Cole. 5 stars. Probably the longest and most complex book I've read so far this year, but I'm obsessed with it. But I'm obsessed with the way so much is getting set up for the final book 4. Oh, and they finally do it. For anyone wondering if that's ever going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. The world building's amazing, but yes, it is Crescent City level stuff. So just be prepared. Another dark romance by Katarina St. Clair, Teacher's Pet. 4 stars. If you like age gap, professor-student taboo romance where the professor has dark tendencies, ties to the mob, and a touch her and die vibe, you'll love this book.
Nice.
Yes, I love it. I love the professor-student taboo romance. Okay. Among the Cursed Gods by T.J. London, 4 stars. Treasure hunting, spicy romance with an enemies to lovers, the Mummy style vibe, unique, entertaining, and super fun. Can't wait for the sequel. Solid 4 stars. And then my last one is Caught Up by Nevessa Allen, 4 stars. She's a sex worker and he's in the mob, but they have a love that goes all the way back to childhood. This is lovers to enemies to lovers with excellent spice and representation with Teddy Hamilton narrating. I loved it.
Nice.
It's been getting low reviews. I'm kind of curious. I think I'm going to post something on my story asking people why they didn't like it. Everyone loved Lights Out.
Yeah.
And I mean, I did too. It was 5-star read for me for sure. The narration was amazing. For some reason, though, Caught Up is getting consistently, I'm seeing 3 stars across the board, which I think is kind of interesting because most people rated Lights Out a 5.
Yeah.
I gave it 4 because I didn't love it as much as Lights Out, but I still really liked it a lot.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Interesting.
Okay,
Let us
so should we get to our top 3, bottom 3?
Let's do it. Do-do-do.
All right. Why don't
Okay.
you start with your bottom 3?
All right. So, it's been a good year so far, That's a lot of good. I feel like almost the end of last year, last half, I had a lot of not good books. It's opposite. There's a lot of 4 and 5 stars mostly, man, except 50 Shades. So my top 3, what I did was, because there's a lot of 5 stars that I had to choose from, is I tried to just do 3 different categories and my top 3 in those.
I did that too.
Oh, well,
That's exactly what I did.
We did not pre-discuss. Yeah.
We did not.
So, and then as you saw, we talked about the Hunger Games series a lot, and I did not mention Hunger Games book 1 yet because it is in my top 3 reads of the year. Honestly, all of the books would be, but that's not fair to the other books. So I just picked my, also
fair.
within the categories, dystopian. So I did my favorite book in Hunger Games, or else I'd just be talking about Hunger Games for another hour, and we've already done that. So Hunger Games book 1, I'll give it to them because it was my first time, and it was what made me obsessed with the series, right? It's emotional roller coaster, crying constantly in a good way. It's not a good thing, but it's like, I like books that can rip my heart out like that, and she does it so well. So that was that. Are we doing all 3? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could go back and forth as well. That's fine.
Let's just do all 3 and then all 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Switch it up. And then I did Quicksilver for our fantasy romantasy category, 5 stars. Did I already talk about Quicksilver? I did. I'm so sorry. I did. I'm going to do this twice. I forgot to delete it up there. But like I said, fast pacing, romantasy, badass FMC from the get-go. Okay?
Yeah.
So I love that. And I love the twists at the end, and it's a great read. And then, also, I picked a memoir. So Fahrenheit 182, another top 3 for me. Sorry, I forgot to delete the ones and not be repetitive. But again, read it if you liked Blink-182 or the pop punk scene.
Okay, so I was going to start with my least favorite 3 and then end on a high note.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, well, hey.
So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So because then we'll go to your...
We promised chaos. We're delivering it now at the end. Sorry.
So my bottom 3 are Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon.
Oh, I've been wondering about that one.
Yeah, 3 stars. I just put a group of women in space crash land on a planet full of single, eligible, kind, and extremely well-endowed, good-in-bed aliens. So shockingly, they decided to stay. The reason why I rated this, it was a 3-star. I had a lot of 3 stars, but the reason why I put it in my bottom 3 was because of one simple reason. I listened to the audiobook, and the audiobook was fine. What it did not have, and what my old copy of my book did not have, were trigger warnings.
Oh.
So the actual, and you guys know me, okay? I will read everything under the sun. I am triggered by basically nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I joke that my triggers are like a cowboy wearing an earring. Okay. Because truly, like, that's what triggers me. Okay. But there was a pretty substantial sexual assault scene in the very beginning. Not by any of the main characters to the main characters or anything like that. It was like a side kind of thing going on. But it was very intense, and it came out of nowhere. And if you were listening to the audio, there was no trigger warning in the audio. And then my old published version with like the actual alien cover, because they've been republished since then, also did not have, because I checked, did not have any printed trigger warnings in there either. So there's no way for me to know. And the reason why I was listening to this was because I wanted a short, fun, like lighthearted read, and everyone told me that this would be a good one for that. And so I put it on, and then within the first 15 minutes, there's like this really graphic scene. And so for that reason, I put it in my bottom 3 because I really feel like I would have liked a heads up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
To prepare myself mentally.
Yeah. Yeah.
My next one was Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, 3 stars. I put this in my bottom 3 because I just said the confusing, jumbled, and frustrating third installment in the Empyrean series that I hoped would be better. So the reason why I included this, even though I had a lot of 3-star reads, was because I think it was my biggest disappointment.
Yeah.
I really hoped that book 2, which I rated 4 stars, but it was very chaotic. I was really hoping book 3 would be like the redemption we needed, and it just didn't. It went the other direction.
Yeah.
So,
losing hope.
Yeah. Losing hope, losing steam. Again, we have a whole video on it. you're wanting to know more about our feelings.
Yeah.
And then the third lowest was Valentine's Day with a Vampire by Tabitha Lovelace.
Yeah.
2 stars. I just put nonsensical paranormal monster hunter plot ?
Yeah.
With vampire sex. So it was just kind of like, what is even happening? Like, we read it as part of our Valentine's Day Unhinged reads, and I mean, it delivered, I guess, in that way, but it just wasn't even very entertaining. I was just kind of like, what is happening? I'm so confused.
Yeah.
So those were my bottom 3. Okay, so why don't you give us your
bottom 3? So we're making a sandwich. We're making a top.
Yeah,
so we did the top, then we did the bottom, which would be the middle, and then another middle bottom, and then another top, just to make a nice, complete top and bottom sandwich.
Well, that way we end on a high note, and not just like on a bummer. Yeah. Okay.
That's great. We, like I said, we promised chaos. Here it is. Bottom 3. Here we go. In order for me of least worst to best worst. Like most.
I don't know what that means.
I hated the most the last one that I'll say. Okay.
Okay.
So, Silver Elite by Danny Francis. 3 stars. Because this was not worth the hype that it was getting. Okay. I shouldn't say it wasn't worth the hype. But for me, it wasn't worth the hype.
Yeah.
I was promised so many things that this book just wasn't. And because they specifically did this in the advertising of the book, it makes me upset because it just felt salesy and they didn't deliver on what was promised. And if I just read this blind without all this crazy advertising, I mean, I still probably wouldn't like it, but I probably wouldn't be so mad at it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. You just be like, oh, that wasn't great, but whatever.
You know, some people, because I could see how some people would like it, because it's contemporary with a bit of magic involved, like contemporary military romance with a bit of magic. So, and for the reasons we don't like Onyx Storm and Iron Flame, that's kind of what was in this book, those things. Like the petty drama between other cadets and stuff. And it just, didn't like it. Book number 2, Valentine's Day with a Vampire. So basically for all the reasons Liz said, it's like, what was that? Also, specifically because the title Valentine's Day, and it was like barely. They were like, oh, it's also true. Valentine's and we're on a date. Oh, cool. You know, I had such high hopes for this one, actually, because I like a good cringy fun read, and it was just a mess. So,
yeah.
Yep. And then my last one, we'll go to book number 2, 50 Shades Darker, because darker in the room with us. Is darker and it's bumming me out because it sucks. Like, I don't know. Not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
So just to recap, 50 Shades Darker was your least favorite book that you read from January until June.
Yes.
Okay. So I would say if I had to pick my least favorite from January till June, it probably would be Ice Planet Barbarians.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Just so that's established. So your favorite book from January till June, if you had to pick one, which one would you give
Hunger
it to?
Games.
Okay.
All of them, though.
All of them.
Those were consolation prizes to the other books that made it to the list. I would have literally just listed as many. I shoved all of them. I'd have to narrow it down to 3 favorite Hunger Games books.
Yeah.
Such a good series that I can't believe I didn't read it for so long, but I am so glad that I finally did, and I got to read it with you. So thank you for trying to get me to read it for so many years, and I'm glad you finally wore me down.
Yeah.
Happy to be here. Okay.
I did not include any of the Hunger Games in my top 3 because they were all rereads for me. I try not to include rereads in my top and bottom just because I feel like I've already been there. You know what I mean?
Well, except Sunrise on the Reaping, but hey.
Yeah. Okay. So my top 3 were Goldfinch by Raven Kennedy. 5 stars.
Saying there's a chance.
Oh my God.
I gotta keep
literally
going.
infinity stars. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so I just put, this is the last book in one of my favorite series of all time, the Plated Prisoner series. If you haven't read it, this is the only book I can compare to this book, Kingdom of Ash. Okay?
Oh, dang.
So take from that what you will. It was perfect in every way. No notes.
Great.
Yeah.
Oof, I need to catch up.
Literally so good. Okay. My next one is Under Your Scars and Delilah, which is the little like companion novella by Ariel N. Anderson. 5 stars. Not for the faint of heart, as these are 2 of the darkest books I've ever read, but also now at the top of my list of favorite books of all time. Think a Batman Bruce Wayne romance where he is truly toxic, but is also desperately in love with her and will gladly watch everything burn if he can't have her.
Yeah.
So, yes, amazing. Check the trigger warnings on that for sure. My last one, Fahrenheit 182 by Mark Hoppus, 5 stars. This memory told the nostalgic story of my entire middle and high school experience growing up in the SoCal punk rock scene of the early 2000s, and I am obsessed with it. So, if I had to pick a favorite, though, I would have to give it to Goldfinch.
Nice. Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
So, what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, I was going to say, so let's recap our goal then. So what's your goal and where are you in accordance with your goal?
My goal is 75 books for the year. And I'm at 36. Plus, I'm reading 2 currently that I'll finish probably today or tomorrow. So I think I'm on track. I'm good.
Yes,
which
you
is
are.
crazy
That's awesome.
to me. I think I read 54, 56 last year. So,
Cool.
dude, I'm going to hit that soon. That's crazy.
Awesome.
Just look at, guys, just a couple years ago, it was 1 book every other year. So you can do it
big
too.
change.
Yeah.
Everyone can
What
do
about you? How's your goal doing?
My goal is, again, to hit 100 books. That was my goal last year, and I think I got to 91, maybe? I can't remember. So right now, I'm at 49.
Oh, see?
Yeah,
good.
and I, too, will finish 2 more books, technically, before the end of this month, so I will be right on track. So we're doing good. We're just plugging along. For sure. It's been a good time.
The holidays get a little chaotic, so sometimes we lose our, time that we have to do it. But for me, I've found summer is the hardest anyways, because my kids are home from school. So, we're busy a lot and I don't have a lot of downtime to read. So we'll see. We'll see. But
it's very hit or miss for me. It's like, it depends because I feel like in October and September, I read a lot because it's like, September's my birthday month, so I usually will take some days off. Like, I have my birthday weekend off, and I schedule nothing on purpose. So I have 4 days where I literally just get to, like, wake up in the morning and, like, do whatever I feel. Yeah. So, like, we'll see how it goes, but I love being able to just sit down and read a whole book in a sitting, you know, because I never get to do that. So I think I'll probably do that. And then in October, I'm, like, in cozy mode, and that I read a ton in October usually because I've got my Halloween decorations up and it's like a whole thing. Yeah. And then, as soon as November hits though, it's like November until the beginning of January is a little hit or miss. So we'll have to see. Yeah.
It's a little like, stressful times in life because there's just so much to do, so much going on. So, yeah, we'll see. So we'll see. We'll come back and check in on us and see if we made it. List your goals too. I want to know your guys' reading goals, down in the box. And don't be overwhelmed if our goal is high because we do this for a living now. Well, not a living, but we do this as a job. We do. Yeah, we do this and we do love it. And we made time. We figured it out. Anyways, I'm getting tired.
Okay, so do you want to, let us know. Do you agree? Did you disagree? Were there any that we rated super low that you're like, what? Were there any that we rated super high that you were like, girl, what is wrong with you? That was crazy. Yeah. We want to know your input, and should we just sign off with a smash or pass?
Let's do it, guys. Let's go. Do.
Okay, so I'll go first this time.
All right.
So I stuck with the alien theme because of Ice Planet Barbarians. So, smash or pass the guy from Avatar, but in his alien avatar form.
Pass, but because of his personality. I don't like it.
Oh, interesting. You're like, yeah, it's all good.
I mean,
it's just he has a sucky personality.
No, even it's a pass all around for me.
A pass all around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you?
He's a smash for me for sure.
Nice, good. I haven't seen the second one.
I think I did. I don't remember anything. I don't like the movies. Like, I feel like the movies are super problematic. So I do not enjoy. But as far as the actor who played, I do like his personality, and I do like the actor who plays him, and I feel like he's cool. So, and he's got neat skills and abilities. So we're going with Smash.
Yeah. Okay, well, you inspired me with the aliens. So, hey. No. This is, I'm gonna know your answer, but you're gonna freaking freak me out if I don't. So this is more for the people, because hey, someone's for everyone. Everyone has someone to love. The Alien in Signs by M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, absolutely not. I thought you were gonna say the alien from Alien, and I was gonna have to do like that meme, you know, where it's like,
we'll have to save that one for another time.
But yeah, any creepy alien like the one from Signs, like absolutely not. No. If you can write a book that convinces me otherwise, that would literally be like a life-changing experience for me, because I have a thing where I just can't even, they give me the ick too much.
Yeah, so ick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So ick, but...
So that's a no for you as well. It's a pass.
Is this... Yeah, that's a hard pass. Is this going to be the one that finally we get no one votes for yes, you know, or no, or whatever?
I mean, you never know.
You never know.
I think we've had a yes on everything so far, right? Yeah.
There hasn't been one.
And the thing is, we've been in this community long enough now to know that, like, you know, we all feel, I think, empowered to be our most genuine selves. So I don't really think people are going into those votes just messing with the vote. Like, I really feel like people are voting genuinely, and I love that. And so that means that there's just something for everyone out there, you know? And if that's the aliens... I think a lot of us are going to say Smash for the alien. But yeah, if it's for the Signs alien and that's your thing, then more power to you.
I get, you know, I don't get it, but like, good for you.
Good for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, talk about long fingers. Oh my God.
Golly. They're like, I really like how his wrist open up and like puts that steam in there, smoke poison. Ugh.
Absolutely not. No.
I really like how he has no nose and just two holes for nose.
We're just gonna leave it there.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us and listening to our ratings and reviews so far for this half of the year. Yeah, it's awesome. Let us know what yours were. I'm so tired. Okay, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe anywhere you like to listen to your favorite podcasts, including YouTube. We're also on Instagram and TikTok at Besties the Books Podcast. But you guys, we'll see ya another time, or we'll see ya next Tuesday.
Or Friday.
Or
sometime.
Well, we're everywhere. See you later. Bye.
Bye.